Hi, I'm Bud.
Coach Mel here.
Coach Mel here. Hey, welcome to 70 Unbroken. Today I want to share 5 secrets that I wish I knew when I started my CrossFit and fitness journey. These are good for folks who are doing CrossFit. These are good for a little bit older folks. These are good for anybody. So let's jump in. Melissa's going to help me with some of this information.
Yay!
So, number 1, first thing I wish I knew when I started on this fitness journey, protein. Lots of protein, like this protein shake. You just can't get enough of it. Wish I'd known that when I started. It's not just about working out, it's about eating right and getting enough protein.
Yes, gains, guys. So I just want to say that, I recommended Bud have about 110 grams of protein a day. As an active athlete, about, I would say, 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound. All right, let's get that protein in, guys.
Okay, let's get it. So the second thing I wish I knew, and it may seem very simple, especially for somebody who's experienced, but if you're not really experienced in CrossFit or in any sort of athletics, the second thing I wish I knew, a good pair of shoes. Whoops. Sorry, Mel. So a good pair of trainers or a good pair of shoes for whatever you're doing. Now, in the case of CrossFit, I personally like to use Nanos. You can see they got a nice flat bottom. I keep blocking. But anyway, a good pair of shoes, it will help. What do you say, Coach?
Yeah, huge difference. I always recommend people have a flatter shoe. There's a bunch of different cross-training shoes out there. They make a huge difference, especially when you're lifting weights, just to help keep you a little more stable. Running shoes also for running. So just depends on the person, but I always try to recommend a cross-trainer.
Right. Okay, so now I've got to try to shut off the camera without throwing this shoe in front of Mel's face.
Hey guys, so Bud told me his third secret, and that's progressions. Progressions are super important. We want to work our way up, but also challenge ourselves. So don't discount things like ring rows. They're super important to work yourself up to that pull-up. So progressions, awesome. Yes, Bud. Pull up negatives.
Number four. So the fourth thing that I wish I knew, the secret that I wish I knew before I got started, is the power of community. One thing that I was not particularly looking for when I started CrossFit was that I'd make so many friends. And it's been great. It's really added a whole dimension to my experience. Now, you may or may not be into doing CrossFit, but I would say, at least for most people, if you can find a friend or a group of people who are like-minded, it's really going to make your fitness journey so much more fun.
Yeah, they help motivate you and definitely keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Right, Bud?
That's right. That's right. Folks like Melissa. So, the power of community. Number 5, the joy of well-being. Woo!
Wait, let's do a test one. All right, can you do a cartwheel? No. Maybe.
She will do the cartwheel. I can do that. Woo!
I love it.
Yeah.
So fun.
You might not be as silly as we are, but you're gonna feel better.
Hopefully you are, though.
Hopefully you are. Hopefully you are. But for sure you'll feel better. Okay, everybody, and Mel, that's the 5 things that I wish I knew before I got started on my fitness journey. So, hey, have a great day.
Stay healthy, people.
And be silly. She will do the cartwheel.